Hi, this is Krish, working in RVR Limited Company. You know my salary? Basic pay is 1 lakh per month plus HRA extra. Recently, I came to know that there is exemption for HRA income and I am going to request my finance manager to pay most of my salary in the form of house rent allowance instead of basic pay. Hello madam, this is Krish, recently joined in this organization as HR manager. I need small help from you. I came to know that there is an exemption on salary received in the form of HRA. If I receive salary in the form of basic pay, I have to pay more income tax as there is no exemption.
Krish, as per company policy, house rent allowance can be paid maximum of 20% on basic salary. As your basic is 1 lakh, you are eligible to get only 20,000 as house rent allowance.
A few doubts on the subject. Even though I received 20,000 as HRA, am I claimed 60,000 as exemption?
1013A deals with income tax exemption on house rent allowance. Few restrictions on availment of exemption is laid down in this section. One of the restriction is maximum exemption should not exceed amount of house rent allowance received. Hope your doubt got clarified, isn't it?
Madam, please take necessary approvals for payment of 60% of basic pay, that is 60,000 as HRA to me, as this will help me to pay lower income tax.
Even company pays 60,000 rupees as house rent allowance. You cannot claim full amount as exemption unless you incur expenditure for payment of rent. This is another restriction laid down in section 1013A, which says that exemption amount should not exceed the rent paid amount reduced by 10% of salary.
Madam, please clarify what is the logic behind rent paid minus 10% of salary.
I think the logic behind 10% reduction is due to the reason that basic exemption limit of 2,50,000 rupees covers 10% of salary towards rent payment. As income tax is not at all applicable on basic exemption limit, which includes 10% of salary portion attributable to rental expenditure, and thus exemption is not given on full rental expenditure incurred. Even if you claim 60% of salary as house rent allowance, you cannot avail full amount, that is 60,000, as exemption. Do you know, another restriction is provided under section 1013A. It says that maximum exemption is restricted to 50% of salary in case house is located in metro cities, and for other cities, it is 40% only. To sum up, exemption cannot exceed actual house rent allowance received, rent paid less 10% of salary, and 50% of salary in case of metro cities and 40% for others. Krish, finally, I want to tell you one thing. Don't try to avoid taxes. Because of few taxpayers started who avoid payment of taxes by finding loopholes, conditions for claiming exemption have been brought. Government has considered all the common man requirements and allowed exemptions.
Thank you, madam, for clarifying all my doubts. As well as you make me to realize and become genuine taxpayer.